Hey crafty peeps! Well, guess what time is coming? It's fall. Fall is coming, and if you're super hot like me, and I mean that temperature wise, then you're gonna want to pray and wish for that fall season to come even sooner. And what better way than to start your DIYs and get into that fall mindset? So I've got some really fun ones for you today. Stay tuned because I have a ton more coming. So I hope you enjoy these. And if you do, like and subscribe so you don't miss all the other ones that I have coming out soon. And yeah, let's just get to that crafting. To start off this fall bouquet, I'm gonna take my Rust-Oleum chalk paint in linen and I'm gonna cover this tin pot from the Dollar Tree. And it took me a couple coats to get it to how I wanted it to look. And I'm just so excited about this project. I think it's one of my favorites so far that I've made for fall. So stay tuned, I hope you like it too. So I used some of this Waverly chalk paint in hazelnut, and I painted this metal word. It comes in a 3-pack. It has welcome, harvest, and I think thankful. So I already painted the harvest again in the hazelnut chalk paste. And now I'm just going to kind of age, I guess you could say, not age, rust, I guess it's kind of the same thing, the outside of my pot. And I'm just going to brush it on very lightly, kind of dry brush. Since I'm using one of these, I don't really dry brush all that well, but I'm just going to try to get a little bit of paint and then just like I said, wipe it on slowly. If you get too much, see how I have those two kind of globs? That will bug me. So no problem, all you do is just grab some of the white paint you originally used and then you just lightly brush over those spots. And that's how you're going to get the best look. It's just kind of going back and forth between the paints unless you don't mess up with the brown. And so when I'm done doing this around the tin, I'm just going to add more of a solid paint around the rims, the bottom and the top rim. There you go, see, like that. And that just gives it that look that I'm going for. And I'm going to use this ribbon that I got at Hobby Lobby. It's normally $8. I either got it for half off or on clearance. I kind of think I got this one on clearance last year. I almost always pick up my ribbon on the after season clearance, and I get so much ribbon for very inexpensive. So I recommend you do that. Hit those after season clearance sales. All right, so as you can see, I'm just wrapping this ribbon all the way around my pot and just hot gluing it on both ends. Now, because of the shape of this pot, it gets kind of a little gap on the side. You see that? So all I do is I just pinch that gap, and I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue and just fold it over. And you can't even tell. It looks really nice. Yeah, because that gap would drive me nuts. So can you see how many things would drive me nuts? Anyhow, so yep, just a little bit of glue and you get a nice tight fit with your ribbon. Now I'll take the little harvest metal sign that I got, that I painted here, and I'm going to put it on with E6000. I don't recommend hot glue on these metal pieces. It does not stay. So just use some E6000 or some other glue that you have. Okay, so I picked up this bouquet of fall flowers at Walmart for only $5, and this is a really full bouquet. I think you can see that. It would probably take you 5 stems of Dollar Tree flowers to equal this, so really it's the same amount of deal that you would get if you got it at Dollar Tree. Now when I put my green foam in, you'll notice I didn't take the plastic wrap off. It is so nice, you just keep it on. It doesn't get crumbly, you don't make a mess, and the picks all poke through the plastic, no problem. So as you see here, I'm just going to cut off every single pick off of this big bouquet. It'll be easier for me to arrange the bouquet this way. Okay, and so what I really want to do with this bouquet is I want to add some big pumpkins. So I picked this one up at Dollar Tree. I don't want the top, this orangey color, because I'm going for a totally browns and neutral theme here. So I go ahead and I take the topper off. I don't recommend pulling it. I had better luck when I twisted it off. It came off much easier. And then since it's plain on the top, you could either add your own little stem, or I just added the little yellow berries back on top because I thought that looked cute too. And so like I picked up 2 of these cream pumpkins that I use in this. And then you'll see that I also grabbed one of the burlap pumpkins that Dollar Tree has out this year. I just think that is so awesome that they just came out with a plain burlap pumpkin. Look at how cute it is. And then I grabbed these little pumpkin picks. Last year they were, the ones I found were white, and this year they're like a really yellowy, creamy color, which worked great. And then I'm going to grab 3 skewers for my pumpkins. All these pumpkins are styrofoam, so the skewer goes right in. And then I will just kind of play around with the heights, and I will cut the skewers to size how I like. So I put the 3 pumpkins in first because really my arrangement is going to go around the pumpkins. I want them to kind of be the focal point. So I'll put those in first, and then I just kind of, start poking the other picks through until I like what I get. And I'm no florist. I haven't done a lot of flower arranging, but I just think this turned out fantastic. Like I said in the beginning, it's one of my most favorite fall things I've ever made. For this project, you're going to need 4 wood letters. I picked these up from the Target dollar spot last year, and one of these felt, I don't know if they're placemats or what they are, but this is from the Dollar Tree. And this is just kind of like, this is actually mat board that I had. I don't even know, it has kind of a texture look. Originally, this project was supposed to be used with these boards, and I needed 3 of them, and then I accidentally used one of the boards for another project. So that's what I recommend you do, is pick up 3 of those boards. But yeah, silly me, I used it for something else. And so I just found that mat board, and I was like, this will work. Okay, so I'm just going to paint these letters with the hazelnut Waverly chalk paint. And I just kind of give it a light coat. I like the wood look it gave with the lighter coat. So this side is very glittery. I do not want the glittery part, so I'm going to flip it over. As you know with glitter, it transfers onto other things, and there is some glitter on the back of this. So I just take my lint roller and I kind of run it over it and get some glitter off of it. Of course, there were still a few little sparkles here and there, but no big deal, not a lot of glitter. So then after I do that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this down to my mat board. I'm going to use just regular old Elmer's glue, and then I'll use just a couple dots of hot glue just to hold it in place until my glue dries. And voila! Alright, so now I'm going to take some of this wired jute. This is the first time I've used it. I am so excited about it because obviously if it's wired, it's a lot easier to work with. And so I go ahead and I thread it through my last letter first, and then I'm going to give it a little bit of a curly cue by wrapping it around a pen. Then I'm going to kind of guesstimate how much I'm going to use, and I will cut the little piece long so I can start threading it through the other letters. Now, if you're like me, you try something the hard way first, and then you go, oh, there's a much easier way. And so I will share that with you. When you cut this jute, it starts to kind of unravel. And so it does not thread very well. And so what I recommend, and I don't know why I didn't think of this sooner, but just wrap a piece of tape around the end so it's easier to thread. And don't do it the hard way like I did, which was trying to shove it through, which just made it unravel more. And so anyhow, between the letters, I do a little curly cue just to add a little more interest, kind of like it's a banner. After I get my letters all placed, I will go ahead and glue them down, and I do that with the hot glue gun. So my sign needs a border, and what makes an easy and rustic neutral border is nautical rope. I tell you what, this nautical rope makes every Dollar Tree project better. I don't know, I love it. I use so much of it. I usually pick up 3 or 4 rolls every time I'm there because I love nautical rope. And I think it works perfect for this project. So just easy as it is, I'm just gonna hot glue it all the way around this sign. And then I will finish off this project with a little bow. I don't know where I picked up this particular ribbon. It's been in my stash for a while, but I'm just going to tie a regular bow just like you tie your shoes. And you'll see I'm a little bit methodical with my bows. I mess with them until I find them to be of satisfactory. So I was just kind of pull and twist and pull and twist until everything looks straight and there's no weird twists. And then I'll just cut the dovetails at the bottom, and I'll add it on to my stem of my pumpkin, and this project will be complete, and I just think it makes a great fall sign. Okay, this project I'm using one of these little pallet signs from Dollar Tree along with 4-letter wood letters also from Dollar Tree that I'll paint with this Cashew colored Waverly chalk paint. And then these little wood pumpkins that I also picked up from Dollar Tree. Now this was from last year, but I do believe they are there this year. I know fall stuff is still being put out. And then once I get these little letters painted, I'm going to go ahead and paint my palette. So this is actually Waverly wax in the color Antique. Never used it before, but it kind of just gives it that stain look. It was just in my stash from somewhere, and that's what I used. So I just used the light coat, and I love how it gave that, like I said, stained look. So then I'm going to grab some Rafia Also from Dollar Tree, you get 3 of these bundles in a package. And I'm just going to wrap it around the top and tie a knot and just kind of give it that pumpkin patch fall look. Then it's just a matter of gluing down the letters in the pumpkin. I'm using this wood glue also from Dollar Tree. And then this little palette project will be complete. I think that it will look cute in a tier tray. It's a little big, so it depends how big your tier tray is, but definitely a nice little filler piece for your fall decor. I picked up this sign from Dollar Tree and I thought it was beautiful on its own, but it had glitter in the middle and I'm just not about the glitter. So I went ahead and I sanded down the glitter. And then I grabbed this copper metallic pen also from Dollar Tree and I just start to trace around the words. This marker is amazing. A lot of times with metallic markers, they have to be you have to shake it and then like too much liquid comes out and you get globs and it's terrible. But you don't have to do this with these markers. They're so good. They're so smooth. They are solid the whole time through. It's not like it runs out and you have to shake it again. Highly recommend these. So if you find them, buy them in every color because they're amazing. I had never tried them before. This is the first time and I am loving it. So like I said, I'm just going to trace around all the words. I wanted to pull that metallic accent into the wreath part, so I went ahead and on the green leaves I just accented the veins of the leaf, and then on some of the little dark brown leaves I just colored in one here and there just to give it a little bit extra, and then I just add a little bow at the very end. And I mean, just a little makeover on this sign that I just thought was so beautiful. So just like I said, a really easy way. If you don't love everything about a sign you buy, there's really easy ways to do a quick makeover on it. And also that ribbon that I will use is from the Dollar Tree. It's beautiful. They've just been really stepping up their ribbon game. And so good job, Dollar Tree.